Good evening. It's nearly 5 p.m. here in Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. Welcome to the Professor Dor Show. Hope your day was okay. Mine has been okay. Looking forward to the new semester we are beginning in our colleges and schools. I just want to wish all the new freshers a good year in the new as they undertake this new journey in our high schools, which are in our universities, I beg, which are give you the chance to progress in your career, but also develop other skills. If you are listening to me and you are a fresher in our universities, it's very good to have a skill. It will ensure that as you study in university, you also get a chance to develop that skill and earn some money. YouTube is a big deal. So to my point today I want to talk about Kenyans are beggars. Yes. You know, Kenya is a very interesting country. We got to independence in 1964 from the British. Now, after we got independence, we have had many regimes, presidents. We have the 5th president now. So now, something about Kenya. First of all, Kenya, we have the land is fertile. The land is very fertile. But also we have other regions of Nairobi, of Kenya, which are arid. Arid means there's no rainfall, they're very dry, something like that. Another thing, we have so many lakes and rivers in Kenya. That's another point. Any crop can grow in Kenya. Even that wheat that people are talking about, Ukraine and all those, can be grown in Kenya. But Kenya are beggars. We are begging the so-called Ukraine to give us grain, wheat. Yet, God gives us rain. The amount of rain that comes in Kenya is a lot. It really floods. It even goes to be the levels of America. America sometimes there's a lot of flooding. Even here, Kenya, there's a lot of flooding. But what do they do with the rainwater? We just watch it. It goes. And then now when there's drought, we start praying to God. Even God, wherever he's sitting, he wonders, these people, I give them rain. I've given them land. Why don't they use it? We just beg. If that water is harnessed, used by the scientists, agriculture, they know, and used for irrigation, Kenya can be farming all year round, supplying the whole world with wheat, supplying maize, supplying groundnuts, cotton. Our cotton industry is dead, so people buy used clothes, and it's called mutumba here from America. In fact, those clothes are given as charity majority, and then they are sold to Kenyans. Kenyans is wearing clothes, not knowing that at independence we had companies which were textile industry, but it collapsed. That's why I'm saying Kenyans are beggars. Another point is our schools. The education system is messed up. Every year we churn out graduates. There are no jobs because they are not focusing on what the country needs. The country needs food, needs technicians, plumbers, masons, electricians, ECD teachers, machine operators. That's what the country needs. But we churn out useless degrees, and also medical staff, nurses. Those are areas that the country needs to develop. But we're churning out some useless degrees. A graduate, no tarmacs. Others go to do masters, PhD to become lecturers. There are no jobs. And in fact, another area that causes Kenyans to become beggars is the university. They have lecturers who they pay poorly. They have nothing, isn't it? And then they're also offering them courses that don't help. Our universities, had they been clever, they would have been having few classes. The rest are online. So that a university in Kenya can have students from Sudan, Somalia, all over the world, and get money. And even the students, there's no need for a student from staying in a classroom from Monday to Friday. They can go to classes a few hours, and then the rest of the day they work on their skill. Maybe they know how to make clothes, tailoring, they know how to make cakes, they sell and earn money. So this young man and woman is learning to be an entrepreneur when still in university. When they finish, they start their own companies, they create employment. But we want them to be bookworms. Days of bookworms are over. We have now virtual. It's called what? Everything is virtual. Even library can be learned through online. You can read your books online. You can learn. So universities should have students less in class, more outside, going into the field, learning everything. Another thing Kenyans are beggars is that the government has thought that everyone can be a businessman. So we have so many hawkers, we have merchandise, people selling things that you are selling to people who don't have money to buy. The iron. You sell things that people don't even have to buy. Another thing is border. Border is good for now. But what happens the next 5-10 years, which are these motorcycles, which we call borders, where everyone who is a passenger now also has a border. Why do the young man get passengers? We are not thinking well. What Kenya needs is industries that add value to agricultural products. First of all, we start with the water. Harvest water. Afterwards, use it for irrigation in farms. We farm all year round. Use it for drinking water. There's no water that people have free access to clean, fresh water to use in the homes. Then after that, once those products are brought into the industries, value addition, like for example, groundnut. You add value to it, it's grown in my home county. You make it, it can be sold to retailers. And then on top of that, it can be exported. That's just one product. Our cotton industry needs to be though it was in the 80s and 90s. There's no need we should be importing used clothes which someone has worn. We should make our own clothes which are cheap and quality. So that these malls in Kenya, which are just idle, where youngsters go to take pictures or do YouTube videos they are doing, they can be selling made in Kenya. You buy a trouser maybe for $10 or $20, but you can wear it even for 5 years. People will buy. So these malls which are just empty, I went to ask for a shirt in a mall, it was selling for $30. I was asking, what, a shirt for $30? And then when I go to Gikomba, or second-hand clothes market here, it's called Gikomba, I can buy the same shirt, maybe one or 2 years older, for maybe only $10, not even 10, even $5. So $5, $30. What will you go to? And you are suffering, the economy is bad. You go for cheap. So if we are making clothes from our cotton that we grow near, and we sell them for cheap, and they're in those malls, people go to those malls to buy. But people are not thinking. That's why Kenyans are beggars. And then here another thing, when someone sees a member of parliament who we call Mheshimiwa, they go to beg. Like where I live here, there was a fire, it burned the market. Here there's nothing like market which you have in America. What we have is just iron sheets. I know you know what an iron sheet is, we call it mabati. Those things are just so congested. When there's a fire in one shop, which is a mabati shop, it spread. So they were burned down in a local market. So the owners were waiting for MP to come. So today the MP came. People were just, they just mobbed him. Hundreds of people, they just want handouts, not even money to repair their shops so that they can start. They are looking for handouts, even women carrying children. So that's why Kenyans are beggars. You can't go to a developed country whereby everyone, when they see a member of parliament, they won't go to ask for not even good money, $1, $2, and then if they are the men, they go to drink. At least the women, they use it to buy food for their children. That's why I'm saying Kenyans are beggars. Because our education system is rotten and it has destroyed the thinking. We need to go back to the basics. Education has to be free from primary to Form 4, and then university, they can offer scholarship and loans. But the focus should be on those courses I've talked about. Let me repeat them. Plumbing, masonry work, tailoring, bakery, culinary, it's called what? Service, catering, electrician, people who can work in the industry, people who can operate big machines in construction sites, medical doctors, nurses, ECD teachers who should pay very well. Then you pay primary school teachers very well, secondary school teachers very well, university lecturers very well. Because I'm a lecturer, we give knowledge. We are changing minds. But to pay lecturers peanuts, but to pay the politicians who have no idea more. That's why the country is going down. These youths need role models. And a student should see his lecturer driving a Mercedes Benz. Not because of vanity, because that student is looking up to the lecturer. A medical doctor should live in a high cost area, so that people say, oh, if you become a doctor, you live in a good area, you live well. So people start respecting those professions and also looking at them, so that when a lecturer is talking there and he goes out, he doesn't walk, and the student who he was lecturing is passing in a BMW, and the lecturer is going to a matatu to squeeze. How will you change society? You pay a lecturer peanuts, you pay a lecturer maybe $500 per month. How are you supposed to survive? And an MCA was never going to school, an illiterate man or woman is paid over $3,000 per month. $3,000 to $500. So people are saying education is rubbish. That's why I'm saying Kenyans are beggars. We need to change the mindset so that lecturers are paid well, teachers, ECD, early education teachers are paid well, doctors are paid well. These are the professions that move a country to develop to the next level, because we need thinkers in Kenya. Your thinkers cannot be living hand to mouth and you expect the country to grow. Your thinkers should be comfortable so that they think well for the country. Give ideas. These ideas I'm giving, if Kenya had serious people, they will just even take 50%. In 10 years, Kenyan will be like Sweden, but they won't. They'll do their own nonsense with sloganeering, which don't take people anywhere. But the border things won't take people anywhere. Hawking won't take Kenya anywhere. This overcharging university so that it's only for a few students won't take Kenya anywhere. Poor education system won't take Kenya away. You know, it hurts me. I'm 45 years. When I look at the young men and women following you, what will they have? No jobs, poverty. When they see a member of parliament, they even want to break their legs. That those people who are running after that member of parliament, who had come to see those burnt kiosks or market, which is more of a shanty market, they're almost falling down because they just want a handout. Kenyans are beggars, but we need to change that. Kenyans should not be beggars. Kenyans should be providers and givers. I said what? Kenyans should not be beggars. Kenyans should be providers and givers. They should be giving, not begging like fools. So Kenyans, stop being beggars. This is Professor Dori Show. Gwaheri Akonana. Thank you.